Taurus, welcome to your art channeling here. So, as I did last month, I'm going to bring some goodies through. We're going to just see, we're going to be in the process. I am recording this on the Aquarius new moon partial solar eclipse. So this is completely imbued with the energy. My scopes always have gone with the new moon cycles. So right now the new moons are falling mid-month. I'll see what I can do to get them more toward the beginning of the month. So it's kind of, the chunk of time. February, March, April, etc. But for now, I'm recording on the new moon, which actually feels very powerful. And so let's do it. Let's tap into Taurus. Okay. And I'm actually, as I did with Aries, I'm actually going to bring my goodies over here. I ended up getting some colored pencils, some additional colorations at the art store recently, so we'll see what wants to be utilized, okay? Now, I'm going to remind you, because a lot of people don't know, a lot of people don't understand astrology, they don't understand divination, they don't understand it, but the deal is we're tapping into natural systems here. So when we're talking about the Taurian evolution, there is an evolutionary process, a stage of the egoic construct that's evolving in the Taurian narrative, just like with all the signs, right? And it's different. If you're a Taurus ascendant, a Taurus sun, a Taurus moon, it's a different area of change. The moon is emotional shift. It's the growth of your emotional narrative. The ascendant is your perspective shift. The sun is the egoic or the personality shift and change. So let's see. For Taurus. And typically, as I've said before, typically what happens is there's a form that wants to come initially, and then that kind of creates the beginning of the story. So Taurus, what I'm going to do, this is a more mellow reading. I'm going to really just tap in, and you're welcome to have a cup of tea or even a glass of wine and just watch me for a few minutes while I do it, and then we'll talk about the imagery. And then I'm actually going to pull a card for you. So this month I'm pulling the Carolyn Mace Archetype cards because I want to tap in also after this completes what the identified growth edge is for you, okay? So for the Taurus evolutionary narrative, so I'm going to talk, let me go ahead and tap into the forms. Let's just see what's coming, and then we'll talk about it, okay? So just enjoy the sounds, if you're into ASMR. A little bit of softer meditative. I am sending you all so much love and support for your processes. People are going through great shifts and changes, and it's to be allowed, because it's just required, it's necessary. So it's all okay. Everything is as it needs to be. And the reason why we know that is because that's what's happening. If it didn't need to be that way, it wouldn't be that way. So things need to be how they are so that the appropriate gleaned awarenesses can bring growth and evolution to you. Okay, sweet ones, so all is well. This isn't done. Let's see what else wants to emerge. This yellow is one of the new colors that I bought. Same with the green and the blue. I really like it. Interesting. So everybody channels, right? So what I'm doing is no different than what you can do, what anybody can do, right? Because it's just allowing. It's trusting. It starts with knowing. It starts with knowing and trusting that your psyche serves you, and whatever comes has meaning. It has function. So when we get to that place, then we can allow anything to come through with ease, you know. Taurus, you're getting a lot of yellow wanting to come through, which is beautiful. Yellow, the color yellow, and we're going to talk about the forms coming through in a second. But yellow certainly represents, it's associated with the third chakra, which is the chakra associated with our willpower, our vitality, our individual choice, how we emanate ourselves as a personality and a persona. And there's a brightness to it, there's an optimism to it, there's an expansiveness to it. It reflects the color of the sun, and the sun in our astrological chart is how we emanate out to the world. So there's something here certainly about emanating. So let's talk, because this feels complete, at least for the now. We'll see if anything else wants to pop in through, but let's talk about it. So Taurus, the first thing that came through were the leaves, was this plant. And it's interesting because now that I'm looking at it, especially with the water that ended up emerging, to me this actually looks a lot like seaweed. Like seaweed. Now, that wasn't the feeling when I was drawing it. The feeling was initially there's upward growth, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of vertical arcs that were coming up. So 6 might have meaning for you. The number 6 can represent home, finances, safety, security, you know, feeling safe and secure. So, and because home is coming up, maybe Taurus, and look, and this is aiming toward the house. So it could be that there's growth happening with home, some new home, a change of home, an expansion of your home, something shifting with the home that is growth oriented, a better environment, something better, something new. And there's the sun formation, yellow, optimistic, growth oriented, expansive oriented, that is popping up underneath it. So it's almost like the foundation of home, there's a lightness now. Whether it's your existing home or whether you're relocating. But there's an anchor here, see? It's very interesting because the sun underpinning the home is anchored in the water. And water represents, just by its nature, fluidity. It represents the emotional realm, the intuitive realm. And this is, let's say, choppy water. It's moving water. It's not flat, still water. There's something anchored in the emotional realm. It might be for some of you, there are some stirred emotions over the course of this mid-February to mid-March new moon cycle, this new moon Aquarius cycle. So there might be an anchoring of optimism in a new emotional state, even though there's fluctuating emotions, even though intuitively you're getting hits and different things coming in. Maybe you're feeling okay. You're feeling grounded in it. You're able to ride the wave. And indeed, the growth here now, to me, looks almost like seaweed. The type of plant that it is looks like seaweed. And indeed, it ended up coming out of the water. So there's something emerging for you out of water. I think, Taurus, what I'm getting is that there's some emotional maturity. There's some emotional navigation shift. You're growing up, you're able to confront, able to see, able to go with the flow, maybe a little bit more. Which, by the way, everybody, critical for 2018. Absolutely critical. The world and life itself is shifting and changing dramatically. Becoming malleable. The ability to actually navigate from a space of self-groundedness when the world itself is not grounded, better believe that is key to keeping sane over the course of the next several years. Now, for you, I think that there's emotional growth, emotional maturity. You're able to stay positive in your emotions over the course of this cycle. It has to do with home. So either there's a new home, a shift in home, or you are reorientating your perspective about a home situation, okay? Now, there's two people here that showed up. And ultimately, both of these people are emanating some focused energy out, and it's merging to one solid goal. And again, it goes above the house. Yellow above the house, yellow below the house. So a sun below and an arc of, let's say, directed energy above. Okay? So what is that, Taurus? You know, what is that? There's some, let's say, vision, creative project, goal that you're partnering perhaps with somebody. It might be that you desire to partner with somebody. You know, it could be that this is the optimal ideal for you, that you're wanting to partner, not necessarily with a soulmate or anything like that. It does not have to be a love partner. This could be a business partnership. It could be a creative partnership. And it could be, too, that you are partnering with somebody. You're feeling some collaboration with somebody. There's growth at home that's positive. It's a partnership, and there's some similar goal. And it might be because this to me looks like the future. So it's like you're planning something out. Some of you, this is a general read for the energy of the Taurian narrative. But it could very well be, everybody, that there is some future goal that has to do with home or community. Because, listen, tiny homes, which have been around for, gosh, the last, 15 years, are now, you know, they've gone through their ups and downs in recent years, but certainly that's coming up. People living in schoolies, etc., stuff like that. But intentional communities is the original way that humans lived. It's definitely the way that humans are going to live again. So it could be that there's a community, a home situation with a partner. That's what I get, Taurus. So let's go ahead and tap in to the archetype growth edge. What is the characteristic that's desiring maturation for you over the course of this mid-February to mid-March Aquarian new moon powerful cycle? Because again, it's met with this partial solar eclipse. We are moving into a new 18-19 year cycle as well. So not only is the next 6 months activated for you and for everybody, but hero, heroine, look at that. You know, and I want to point out the color here. You know, so we have this orange. It's not yellow, it's not gold, but it's definitely in that zone. And orange is creativity, yeah? So let's take a look. So there's the card, and let me read it to you. So what wants to be grown and evolved is escapism and a false sense of heroism. That's what's not working. That's what wants to be released, acknowledged, you know, really faced. And what wants to be evolved and activated, catalyzed within you is a passion for a journey of personal empowerment, indeed, right? So certainly with regards to this is definitely a path, it's a future, it's a vision. There's some creative, joyful future path that is desired, perhaps with another person, or the desire ultimately is to meet a partner to take that path with. But this is about really activating the passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Indeed, that's what it's all about for all of us right now. So dear Taurus, that is what I have for you. For any of you that would like a personal art channeling or my counseling work that I really focus on with my clients, you can check out all of the information about me on my website, thealchemyofholism.com. If you have any questions, you can email me there. I'm sending you much love. Talk to you next month. Bye.